Hey guys, what's going on? Andrew here, and today I'm going to show you how you can make a set of pickup rings for your humbuckers for your guitars. Most of the time, all the time, they're going to come with a plastic ring that looks like that. I'll show you how you can make a wooden ring out of any kind of wood you want. Just find yourself some, I could use walnut. Find yourself some wood, whatever you want to use, and you'll be able to do it. Got myself my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. And everything's going to be good. So anyways, stay tuned and I'll show you how to make a set of these for yourself. The first thing I did with this piece of walnut was I ran it through the planer and planed it down to, it's like 1/4 of an inch. And my pickup rings are slightly thicker than 1/4 of an inch, but not too much. They're pretty close. That's what we're going to go with, 1/4 inch thickness on both of the rings. And then the second thing I did, I don't know if you can see that on a walnut or not, but I got pencil lines right there, there, and there. That's where my two rings are going to be. That's the outside of the rings. Now naturally, this is taller than what I need. You can see there. So I have to come back through and also cut off the top. But what I want to do first, before I do any cutting on this wood at all, is I want to go ahead and route in my center hole where my pickup's going to sit. I'll route those two in first. Then we'll come back through and cut it this way and then cut it the size this way. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is draw a center line this way and draw a center line this way on both of my holes. That way I can find dead center of the hole so I can get my hole centered in between these two lines. My rings lengthwise look like they are 3 3/4. So half of 3 3/4 would be 1 7/8. So mark it 1 7/8 on both of these. 3 3/4, 1 7/8. And then height wise they are 2 11/16, and half of 2 11/16 is 1 11/32. So we'll come down to a mark 1 11/32. All right. And now I'll just draw my two center lines. Now, we'll draw it off this side here. Whenever you go to use a tool like this, make sure that your side is straight. So if you got a rough edge on one side, it won't make the line straight. Let's make sure you're using from the straight edge. I got my center lines where they need to be, and I went ahead and drew on the boxes. I don't know how good that's showing up on the camera, but now I know where my holes have got to be. So the next thing I'm going to do is I got a piece of MDF right here, and we're going to take this and we're going to make a jig, or make a template that'll match that inside hole I need to route. So we'll route this out here, and we'll take this and set it on top of here. Take a router, drop it down through, and route our holes out of my walnut. So the first thing I got to do is make a template, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make that template. To make this jig, we got to know what size the inside of this pickup ring is. So if I measure it lengthwise this way, let's try it this way. We got 2 3/4, and if I measure it this way, we got 1 1/2. So 2 3/4 by 1 1/2. So I'm going to use the bottom of this here. This is the factory cut edge, so this is square. I'm going to use this hole. There we go. And now we're going to come over 1 1/2. From this point, put this right there, and we'll do the same thing again on this line. And now all we got to do, since they don't have to be centered or anything, we can just draw them lines anywhere. So we just got to get 2 3/4 of an inch. So we'll mark it, say right here, and then come down. What was it? 2 3/4, which will be right here. And that should be pretty close to the size you need it to be. And we are good. Alright, so that part's done. So now I got my box. Draw it on there. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna take this and cut it out with a Forstner bit anyways. So now the next thing we're gonna do is get some scrap wood like this. And we're gonna cut pieces that are going to be, you're going to cut 2 long pieces that'll go like this and like this. Then we'll cut 2 short pieces that'll go inside there that'll line up like this and like that. Okay? So I'll go cut 4 pieces that'll fit that, then we'll come back and I'll show you how I'm going to attach this to make this template. I got my 4 pieces of wood, and you want to keep all 4 pieces the same thickness. So they're all the same thickness, and they can be different lengths. And what I'm going to do is, this will go on like that, this will go on like this, and these 2 will slide in like that to make, if you can see that or not, to make a box like that. And what I'll do is take double stick tape and tape this down. I got my 4 pieces double stick taped onto here, and now I'm just going to double check, make sure that the box is right. And if I can find my ruler, here it is. So first measurement is, what was it, 1 3/4 inches? I don't remember, I've covered it up. 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by 1.5. We'll double check it on here. And we're good. Alright. So now, since the hole's good, everything's taped down, it's not moving. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Forstner bits right here. And we're going to take a Forstner bit and we're going to go ahead and ream